This is America, our America, not Donald Trump's America.
Republicans promised lower prices, more prosperity, a fresh start. What did we get? We got screwed.
Trump promised you a golden age. He promised prosperity, lower prices and higher paychecks, an end to inflation. Instead, he blew it.
Donald Trump often brushes off online criticism, but we don't live in a world where those attacks are ignored. And this time, the result might be different. The Lincoln Project knows exactly which buttons to push. Their latest work, a brutal parody that zeroes in on Trump's most sensitive pressure points, his obsession with winning, and his carefully curated, larger-than-life image. This isn't just a jab, it's a calculated strike. But before we dissect what just happened, let me ask a small favor. Over 98% of viewers watch these videos without subscribing. If you find value in this kind of content, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything, but it makes a huge difference in helping us continue this work. Thank you, and now, back to the video. When parody meets precision, you get something like this. The Lincoln Project's new ad doesn't just mock, it eviscerates. With sharp edits and bold messaging, it paints a stark contrast between American values and what it claims Trump represents. Subtle? Not in the slightest. Effective? Absolutely. Titled, America or Trump, the ad positions itself as a clear-cut choice between two futures, one grounded in democratic principles, and the other wrapped in authoritarian-style bluster. And Trump noticed. The moment the ad dropped, it triggered a full-blown Twitter meltdown. His replies were furious, reactive, and ironically ended up amplifying the very parody he wanted to silence. The viral explosion that followed, entirely of his own making. What makes this so fascinating isn't just the ad itself, but the reaction it provoked and what that says about the power of political satire in 2025. Let's dig deeper.
You paid your taxes every year. You worked to pay for your Social Security every year. You played by the rules. Now Republicans are changing the rules.
His tax plan? Yours goes up, Elon pays nothing. You trusted him, believed in the myth.
A powerful head of state disagrees with a judge. He orders her arrested. His top law enforcement official declares that it's a warning to other judges. We will prosecute you.
Or its latest scathing production. The Lincoln Project does what it does best, turns America's political gaze inward, aiming a brutally sharpened mirror at Donald Trump's carefully constructed image. This isn't just another jab. It's a calculated dismantling, served with biting sarcasm, piercing irony, and a precision honed over years of psychological warfare disguised as political parody. The advertisement isn't subtle, nor is it trying to be. With a tone that could slice through steel, it eviscerates Trump's brittle ego and bombastic persona, holding nothing back. From the moment the ad begins, it serves a clear message. This isn't about politics as usual, it's about the cult of personality that Trump has wrapped around the American flag like a gilded straitjacket. And that flag, in the hands of the Lincoln Project, it's being forcibly reclaimed. The ad's thesis is straightforward, but devastating. Trump's version of America boils down to one thing: Trump himself. Forget the Constitution, forget unity, forget liberty, equality, or justice. In this twisted vision, the stars and stripes are merely background decor for golden escalators, red hats, and self-adoration. The creators don't just parody Trump's style, they weaponize it. Every flourish of his brand becomes a punchline. Every self-congratulatory boast a doorway into deeper criticism. From montages of bankrupt projects, Trump University, failed casinos, shuttered ventures, to supercuts of his endless stream of self-promotion, the ad constructs a portrait of a man who never really ran a country, only a business, and not a successful one. The brilliance of the advertisement lies in how it plays Trump against himself. Clips of grieving families and surging debt roll beneath audio of Trump proclaiming, "We had the best economy ever." The imagery is painful. The juxtaposition is surgical. It turns his trademark bravado into a liability. As the voiceover delivers lines like, "Trump first," or America First? It strikes a nerve not just with viewers, but likely with Trump himself. These are the moments that stay lodged in the mind, and likely sent his thumbs into a rage-fueled flurry of tweets. But this isn't satire for a chuckle. It's satire meant to cut, to bruise, to last. The ad's emotional core is rooted in humiliation, Trump's greatest fear. The Lincoln Project knows exactly where to strike. They understand that Trump doesn't simply dislike criticism, he experiences it as a personal assault. And when that criticism is laced with public spectacle, creative insult, and mass ridicule, that's psychological warfare. One of the ad's most devastating sequences comes in a biting montage of Trump's failed branding empire. Trump Steaks, Trump Airlines, Trump University, each one a bomb. Each name another crack in the golden facade. The narrator doesn't just highlight the irony, they twist the knife, declaring that Trump's America is now his biggest failed venture. This is the ad's emotional crescendo. Not only does it rip apart his entrepreneurial mythos, it reframes it entirely. He didn't build an empire, he built a house of cards. And now, he's marketing the country the same way he marketed fake diplomas. The Lincoln Project doesn't rely on random gags or overused tropes. Their humor is meticulously calculated. The exaggerated tone, the ominous music, the overly dramatic voiceover, they're all part of the strategy. You laugh, yes, but that laughter turns cold the moment you ask yourself, wait, how did we get here? That's the genius of their work. Comedy that makes you uncomfortable, and perhaps the most painful irony of all, Trump can't look away. He is obsessed with how he's perceived. He has a documented history of spiraling in response to parodies, from SNL sketches to late-night monologues. But this is different. This isn't comedy for entertainment. This is a tactical assault. The Lincoln Project is that one fly buzzing around Trump's gold-plated feast. He swats, he rages, but he can't make it go away. And the more he responds, the more powerful they become. Their content isn't just reactive, it's predictive, designed to bait him, knowing full well that he'll take it personally. Every time, the ad's visual style cements its place in the modern political satire canon. It's less campaign commercial, more razor-sharp sketch ripped straight from John Oliver or The Daily Show, but with stakes far higher. It plays like a parody, but lands like an indictment. Trump's own voice, clipped and rearranged, becomes the soundtrack to his unraveling. And make no mistake, this ad isn't only about policy. It's not about tax cuts, immigration, or even governance. It's about character or the lack thereof. It's about a man who has mistaken applause for leadership, camera time for competence, and brand loyalty for patriotism. It's about ego. And the Lincoln Project shattered it on purpose. In the end, this isn't just a political message, it's a cultural artifact. A portrait of the moment where Trump's self-made mythology met the cutting edge of digital dissent. And it worked. As much as he might deny it, we all know the truth. Donald Trump watches. He sees the parodies, the late-night mockery, the online clips. And when satire reflects his worst traits back at him in 4,000 high definition, he flinches. That's why the Lincoln Project's latest ad doesn't feel like a conventional political spot. It plays more like a ruthless comedy sketch with the velocity of a Twitter thread. It's fast, unrelenting, and brutal. The editing comes in hot, delivering blow after blow before Trump or any viewer has time to catch their breath. The ad doesn't wait for a reaction. It knows one is coming. Unlike traditional campaign ads that aim to persuade or unite, this one is built for a single outcome, a meltdown. And in true Trump fashion, he delivered. The Lincoln Project understands the psychology of its target. They don't throw one punch and walk off. They pummel, combo after combo. They aim for what they know Trump cannot ignore: his own reflection, distorted and exaggerated for effect. Highlights from the ad include his obsession with gold-plated everything, his pouty expressions, and the damning voiceover. People are laughing at him, not with him. You could practically hear his blood pressure spike. But here's what makes it so effective. The ad isn't even trying to sway his base. It's not about flipping voters. It's not for moderates. It's not bipartisan olive branch messaging. This is a straight-up psychological ambush, carefully crafted to light one person's ego on fire and film the explosion for all to see. And Trump? He fell for it. Again. This isn't new. The Lincoln Project has studied Trump like a hostile case study in narcissism. They know he's incapable of ignoring public humiliation, especially when it goes viral. Every time they bait him, he reacts exactly as predicted, amplifying the very message he wants to silence. It's performance trolling, and he's their most reliable actor. The brilliance of this ad lies not just in the punches it throws, but in what it demands of its audience. It presents a choice. Are you pledging allegiance to one man's ego-driven ambition, or to your country? It's less about electoral politics and more about civic identity. And based on the viral reaction across social platforms, they hit their mark in record time. Trump's favorite taunt, calling critics losers, was fired off almost immediately. Middle of the night. Truth Social, all caps, predictable as ever. The Lincoln Project is a gang of losers and haters. Cue meltdown, cue headlines, cue outrage, and cue millions of clicks. Mission accomplished. In trying to diminish the ad, Trump did the opposite. He elevated it. People who might never have seen it were suddenly curious. Those who hadn't been following the Lincoln Project clicked over just to see what set him off. He threw gasoline on the fire and then acted surprised when it blazed. Through the entire timeline, the Lincoln Project didn't need to pay for national airtime. Trump gave it to them for free. The irony? He still doesn't get it. He continues to respond as if outrage is control. But in this case, his outrage is the joke. The response is the punchline. Every angry post, every insult, every red-faced